There's no doubt about it, Americans love to eat. But few of us are aware that all that food we consume on a day-to-day basis may be harmful or toxic to our health. Because of our failed free trade practices, contaminated food and medicine imports are a major concern in the United States.
As well as requiring us to accept imports that don't meet our standards, but the country sending it says is good enough.
The WTO struck a blow with the disastrous Cool ruling, which eliminated the country of origin labeling laws in the U.S. Businesses were no longer required to inform consumers where food was grown or raised.
You go to a restaurant, ask the waiter or waitress, so where is this from? Is it farmed or fresh? And they'll go, huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Only 11% of beef, pork, and chicken imports are inspected at the border, even though those animals are sometimes raised in unsanitary conditions. And Public Citizen says Americans are 3 times more likely to be exposed to dangerous pesticides on imported fruits and vegetables than on domestic produce.
When you hear the term pesticides, a lot of people think about being outdoors, things that you find in your grass, perhaps your flowers, especially in the summertime. But what if I told you that you're likely eating pesticides as well? Now look, I'll admit, I tell people all the time you should be eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. But a new study shows us that if you're doing that, you're probably eating up to 10 different pesticides a day as well, which is why they've come up with this list of the dirty dozen, which we'll put on our website. There are some foods that they say you should buy organic. For example, peaches over here, or some of the vegetables that you find over here. Celery, for example, they say you should buy organic. Lettuce, all kinds of different berries. They say those are good candidates to buy organic. Apples as well. Now, one thing that people immediately bring up is the cost. It simply costs more to buy organic. It's true, but maybe not as much as you think. Celery, for example, would be about 50 cents more. You look at apples, 10 cents more per pound. On this day, the lettuce was actually about 20 cents cheaper. They're simply peeling away the outer skin that can get rid of a lot of those potential pesticides. Now, one thing I want to point out is that when they tested for pesticides, that was after these foods had already been power washed. So even if you wash this at home, a non-organic apple, you're probably still going to have the pesticides. So a good rule of thumb, if you don't buy organic, make sure to peel this first, then wash it. That's going to be your best bet. I want to be clear, the evidence about the relationship between pesticides and adverse effects on human health, it's not clear. There are some studies suggesting that it may cause birth defects for pregnant women, may cause nerve damage, even cancer. But simply by following these rules, you can rid your body about 80% of the pesticides you might be taking in any given day.
States that actually do perform rigorous inspections discover a frightening number of contaminants.
Ron Sparks is the commissioner of Alabama's Department of Agriculture.
In some cases, between 40 and 50% of our tests will come out positive.
Would you consider this a public health threat?
Well, absolutely.
Without the ability to inspect the massive amount of imported food we are receiving, we are putting our family and our own safety at risk. Free trade is doing more than just damaging American agriculture. It is damaging Americans' health, and something must be done.
If it's from a foreign country, I'd be very cautious. I wouldn't eat it.